Hey, folks, Quilly here, and welcome to our Monday live stream. And we're continuing Disco Elysium. The plan right now, unless there's a weird thing that kind of just interrupts and interjects itself into our schedule, is to stream Disco Elysium every day until we finish it. Very excited to be playing this game. I have never played it before. I know nothing about it. Well, other than the fact that we have streamed it one time now, but I knew nothing about it. I thought maybe you're a cop or something, and that was pretty much the extent of it. I hadn't even read the description page on Steam, despite the fact that I've had this game in my Twitch library for a number of years now. We're finally going to play it. Let's get the main screen turned on. Hey, everybody. How do you like my cosplay? Most important thing, I think, is the concept of lack of sleep and hangover, which I'm hoping I nailed. And I do have a hat. I don't have the matching hat, unfortunately. It's just the same hat, which honestly, and I'm intentionally sort of beating it up a little, I don't know that the hat is necessary, but I do have the tie. Now, my ugliest tie is a Christmas tie. I didn't think that would be the right fit, but this one's got kind of a pattern and stuff going on. So I thought it might work. Collar askew. Could be worse. Oh, you don't have the expression, Immersion Ruin. Oh. What did someone say? The only thing missing is the beard. Oh, yeah, the mutton choppy beard. Need the creepy smile. Gotta have those big disco collars. Yeah, I don't have that either. Yeah, does the tie talk? I wish it did. Maybe it doesn't, I just can't hear it. Apparently I didn't put the right stats in on the real life version of this run, I guess is what it is. Reminds me of Max Payne. I never played Max Payne either. There's like all sorts of great games that I haven't played. For a long time, part of the problem, this is pre kind of YouTube days, a long time part of the problem was I was deeply involved in World of Warcraft. And then when I stopped playing WoW, it like finally opened myself up to playing more games. But then with the channel, it's like, and not just the channel, but my own personal interest levels. Obviously, I'm diving deeply into things like Civ and the Paradox games and stuff like that, which means there's lots of other things, and those eat a lot of time. So there's lots of other things I never played through. So this is what we're going to be trying to do in part this year, while also doing some of our regularly scheduled stuff. Anywho, we're ready to get started. There's a little bit of wrestling on the VODs for some of the music, despite the fact that I do have the streamer mode turned on. Some of the music still gets flagged on YouTube, which is annoying. Not to mention some of the content in here is a little bit tricksy-wixy, but we're doing our best. I was going to just put the full VOD up as one, but the problem was like something 13 minutes into the VOD was getting flagged, which meant the entire 4-hour VOD was being flagged. So by chopping it into bits, and I'm going with longer episodes, so hopefully your feed's not going to be overflowing quite as much as it normally is. With longer episodes, we are longer episodes, but I'm still chopping it up so that if one thing does get hit and there's problems, it doesn't affect everything. So we'll see. Because sometimes one of the problems with some of the content flags, especially the music ones, sometimes it can result in the video getting blocked in certain countries. It's a whole mess. Anyway, here we are. So I have to re-equip the flashlight because I kind of like this. This is kind of fun. And we are still in this bookstore. We left things off. We've been sort of looking through the various shelves and things. We just got this shelf here and that little point of interest there. And then I think we were more or less done with the bookstore. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to go talk to that gardener lady, see about getting her smelling salts, and see if we can borrow her gloves as well. And then we'll go back to check out the body that's hanging in the tree. Bum, 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 bum. Flashlight rave party. Yep. I still feel weird when we're like talking to someone and we're like shining light right in their face, but you know what? Maybe that's fine. Whiskey and chocolate.
Little something while I am able has just welcomed a new family member into the household.
Oh!
First, thank you for your videos as always, as when a newborn is not sleeping, it is nice to watch.
Oh, congratulations, Fang! And I appreciate you. Try to get whatever sleep you can. My gosh. Wow, thank you.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Now that sounds like something that might be useful for us. Let's look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
Or WUB for short.
These three things are very important to the working class mind.
wonder if this is relevant to the whole strike at the harbor thing.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Insert commentary on real-world problems, right? How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Yeah, no comment.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill.
Oh, so listen, anyone out there who has health issues, you should entirely know that it is entirely your fault. You are the person to blame if you're feeling sick, is basically what this is saying. Right? You're just not trying hard enough. Oh, guilt. It's entirely in your head, yeah. Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver.
Hold on, let's inspect that one.
There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
I mean, good point, Inland Empire. Find something truly otherworldly, 97%. I got a +1 because I've heard about the curse. In before we get XCOM'd.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
Sounds like a good way to spend a Saturday night. Sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
And what does this pale-aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
I mean, it sounds super relevant.
That seems improbable.
I don't know, I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale. Though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour.
It doesn't sound like he's saying the Paul or the Pale, but something in between. The Powell. The Powell.
These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body
Cold
of
Church.
tensions, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need.
Huh. Anything else of note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Well, I certainly don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
Well, we're definitely going to come back and buy this. There's another one I we want to buy as well, which I think might have also cost $4.20. Storekeep, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh, no.
Okay.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Whiskey and chocolate? Hey!
Glad to see you're enjoying the game, Quill. This not only my favorite game, it is my favorite piece of storytelling media of all time. Such a genius piece of work.
I mean, I can see it. I didn't doubt it at all. Based on everything I'd ever heard from people sort of implying about this game, I had no doubt that it would be an incredible experience. And it is 100% delivered. That's what it is. Another boring book just discarded here. Is it, though? Is that really it? All right. Okay, so I think we're done in here. I don't know if we tried behind the curtain, though.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the
She
books?
says this a lot, the compelled.
Books are all you care about.
Are you trying to do magic to get people to buy books? Is this related to curse? Also, you've got your freaking necklace.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
I'm gonna examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Isn't there like a fish head in her amber necklace too, I think?
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And who are the Seminese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminide Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
I'm gonna try to pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Is this about the curse? Is that why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now,
I mean, it's not like I haven't warned or
open
anything.
the curtains.
Man, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. I mean, do I? But I sense this place calling to me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. Just say I'll think about it for a while. I'll come back if there's more need to investigate. Like, the problem is, I'm torn between two things, right? In a video game like this, you're like, well, I gotta click all the options and see what happens. But also, realistically, how would I behave? I mean, not that my character is a particularly normal or realistic person necessarily. I'm gonna go with 3. I sense this place calling for me. Must investigate.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains.
You know what? Fine.
Dear sir.
I'm just gonna think about it for a while. Put a bookmark in it.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
Well, if the necktie wants me to do it.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Rip them apart for real this time. We're gonna follow up. We'll see if we've opened up some new conversation with the bookstore owner first. Gonna shine my light in her face.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side. Also, I want to know why there's constant cash register sounds going on in this place, even though there's no one at the cash register. Is your cash register haunted? Tell the truth.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees.
Why do people keep asking about if I've noticed the time pass in the game? Yes. 30 times yes. We have noticed the time passes during conversations. Yes. Do.
Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the book.
Drawn to the books, Just a storage room. Why does it have Seminese war protecting it? For just a storage room, then it wouldn't hurt. You know what? We're gonna ask for number 1.
It's just for decoration.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed.
I mean, if people want to see the
Just like
time,
everyone
sure, but that's
said.
not what people are asking me.
They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing.
The doomed commercial area.
Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Is this a real curse? Or is it just the fact that most small businesses close within the first year?
Didn't that curtain just move?
Annette mentioned the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Well, is it just that the building disapproves of the way you're raising your kid? Because I also unwant you.
Sounds familiar.
Strange. I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Hey, Chris Fraud. Nice to see you again. It's been a while, huh? Okay, why didn't you tell me right away about that? Oh, it's the curse. Although, why would she tell me right away? Why is she going to tell every random customer that walks into the building, by the way, this building's cursed, but also I still want you to buy my books? Still, we're going to ask.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail.
Yeah.
The negativism.
Negativism.
It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Do people want the hat more? Should we be hat ourselves? Okay.
Wow.
We got void wraiths now.
Void raves. You have new words.
This just feels like villains that you're going to run into in like Path of Exile or Warframe even. I mean, we've spent a lot of time in the Void in Warframe. Have you sought help from anyone? Did you call Sam and Dean?
Yes. I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
Nods a strange cage like trinket in the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet. Blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
See, this is your problem. This is where you went wrong. You had to go to mountain pygmy shaman.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for?
I like drama.
A para-detective.
I love it. Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. Well, I got +2 from helping Annette for this one. You'd think she would be bitter about it, since she doesn't seem to like her kid at all, but okay. Drama!
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Wait, what if I don't want to lie? Ma'am, I came to help. I've handled paranatural situations before. For all I know, that is literally true. You know what? I'm going to move my noggin over here. Hang out next to Kim. Not cover the little text down here.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I sense the psychic emanations from far. The sleeper beyond calls out. I've returned from the void, a paradetective from a long line of paradetectives. I mean, I sense something. Probably.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker.
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry for being so...
I'm not a
blunt,
bit of a drinker.
The lieutenant
I'm an
keeps his
exceptional
usual
drinker.
Stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I admit I had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. It's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void. I think those are both perfectly chronometric responses over here. I'm gonna go with 2. And you gotta be in the right state of mind. You gotta be in the wrong state of mind to see the right kind of thing.
How do you know all this?
Experience?
Here we go.
Your words brought me here in the first place. The Seminese blood also runs through me. I am the Void Revenant. I have the power to debad all the bad energies. I kind of like the term Void Revenant, but you're right. Kind of my necktie led me here a little bit. I'm going to go with Void Revenant because I like it. The debad all the bad energies is a little questionable, but let's see what happens.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric.
That's what I'm saying.
The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Exactly.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
No problems whatsoever. Your family is safe. The Phantom's no match for me. Just ask my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me. No problem whatsoever.
If you promise,
fine.
officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
Well, I'm not going to back down now. That would be crazy. On my honor. I have very little honor, so I don't think this this oath is worth much.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
I didn't sign up for an entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. First. I'm sorry. The entity? Did you say entity?
Yes, a malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the form of a woman. A witch, most likely. She or it must be connected to the curse somehow.
Chimneys aren't big enough for that. I mean, if Santa can come down a chimney. Ah, chimney, the passage between heaven and hell, of course. I mean, apparently we're going to just keep bullshitting. I mean, that's what we've done since we started this run, right? Pretending we know what we're doing, pretending we haven't lost every single one of our memories. Sure.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume.
Look at a key.
You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office.
I mean, probably.
Don't be scared.
And the thing is, part of me is like, Kim's being very patient right now. Part of me like, why are we even here? We should just go and deal with the dead body, you know? I had a few more questions about the curse.
Okay, but please, only a
No,
few
I didn't.
que-
I've asked all these things.
Looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Well, I gotta check the door now. I mean, come on. I'm never leaving this bookstore again.
A set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Pull the curtains open.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture.
See, that's all that was in here ever.
A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards. Your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
A small, terrified O escapes from Plaisance as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Nothing magical going on here. Like a hairdresser's thing? Oh, ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers, yeah. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Well, first I want to knock on the door. Any spirits back there?
Only an echo. No one is there.
Why not unlock the door with the key?
After exerting some force,
My tie would like
manage to turn
you to know this is excited
its
for you to play as. Thanks,
The door
OmniZero.
slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Kim, maybe you should go first. No. Open the door and enter. Oh, now we're in a gym? Oh, whoa! It's got dialogue. Click on him here. I haven't seen this before. Yeah, honestly, I don't really know what we're doing here, but this looks like a gym to me. Or Thomas.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
Yeah, man.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
If there's a reason no one's been here in ages, let's keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Sounds good.
Punch, punch. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Not used to hearing it described as a punch bag, as opposed to a punching bag. Maybe I could sleep on the mat, yeah. The poster says, Sitius Fortis. The rest is worn off. I mean, Fortis is strong. I don't know what Sitius is. Makes me think of city, but I think... I was going to say, but in Latin, city is polis, but is that Greek? I don't know. What's this? Shot put ball. All right. Oh, we should check the description. They have fun descriptions. Ball used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin, although it's worth $13.77. It's a fortune for me. Okay, can you spot me, Kim?
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, we're talking about like about 125 pounds or so.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Yeah, no, you should definitely have that. Then the exception is when you're doing a bench press, you might not want collars on it because in case something goes wrong, you can tip it to the side and let the weights fall off. But,
Why does it feel so familiar?
Why does it feel so familiar? Is it familiar because I'm a weightlifter? I'm definitely not. My stats do not represent that. Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. Physical instrument, legendary 14. +1 notice collars. It is fun to occasionally fail at this. I'm kind of worried that what this is going to do is just deal some damage to me, but let's work our way through this. Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that.
It's definitely not that.
It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Was I a wrestler?
It's just a memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. Seems like an odd thing to say, but we'll say it.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard just removed the collars? Should be a felony. I mean, maybe they're resetting the weights. Actually, I don't care about safety hazards. I play fast and loose with gym rules. I curl in the squat rack. I'm a badass.
No one does until they get smashed under the barbell.
It's fine. Let's do it. All right. Good. Not bad form. Oh.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
chocolate. I mean, I should change my outfit. I should definitely go into
Your
some
streams
gym wear.
made me want to revisit this game after having left
Hey,
it for a
Izvek.
few years. Keep up the good work, and always listen to the tie.
I'm trying, baby. I'm trying. We're definitely going to put some more points into the thing that lets you get info from objects. Gym wear next stream, yeah. Tight little gym shorts. You know you want to see it. We're gonna get all the tips. Not just the tip. Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell in the air, your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. It's a children's game. Oh yeah, I'm a true champion. I'm a champion, baby. What the? Okay, the animation didn't quite match up. I was holding the barbell up on top of my knuckles there, but
accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed.
wow, I'm gonna feel that tomorrow.
You ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
There's no ghost.
Good technique.
Thanks, Kim. Just do this, investigate doomed commercial area. Promise you'll look into it. Search for malignant entity. Okay. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. Apparently unsafe is my middle name. Oh! I thought these were shelves. I'm like, where do I go now? And I was like, oh, that's weird. My cursor's here. Is this a secret door? No, it's just an archway to some stairs. But it looked like shelves. Ooh, now it's spooky. Always blocked by old window panes and debris. What is this supposed to be? Oh, it's a fire hose. Okay, now we're getting spooky. That I don't love. Hey, it's another bird. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Oh, the way that shadow appeared behind me? Large demijohn full of liquid? Can't click on it a second time. Oh my god, I really thought something was looming at us. Look at this. Whoop! Whoop! Okay, the music... Kim, you left me alone! I was about to say, the music is creeping out, and then Kim just walks away? Okay. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. Blade 1, Blade 2. The mannequins. I don't do horror games. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Money! Oh, okay, everything about this was worth it. It was super worth coming up here, even if I get eaten by a grue. So, okay, I can continue down that way. Steingal, thanks for the sub. And the resub on Matthew. I think someone's been playing D&D. I think that's what this is.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
I might gonna spend the entire stream in this building. Like, I thought, oh, it's okay, we're just gonna click on a couple of book things and we're gonna leave and investigate, you know, the murder that we're here for. Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic.
This sounds like some Luna Lovegood shit.
Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space.
Is that really how it's pronounced? Sidereal? I always pronounce it sidereal. Oh.
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Wilkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin.
Listen, I know we talked about maxing out Inland Empire, but I really like drama.
One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged.
Okay, so we're meeting our second racist in the game.
The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin,
Average Stellaris player?
and the High Welkin, to rule them all.
But they were deceived, for in the darkness another Welkin was forged.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Has a great beard. Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
I mean, it really reeks of like a D&D campaign setting, you know? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Okay, let's inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow.
Now we're playing
great
Frostpunk.
Beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine.
Fucking the writing in this game. The writing in this game fucks.
A pinned postcard reads, the heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal.
This is a D&D adventure.
The world, as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe.
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: call in, tune out, Wirral untethered, and heat death of the universe.
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid.
Someone working in
The
IT?
grand scheme of production and money.
Is this a Gantt chart?
Minimi stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41.
This is agile?
Implemented a few years ago. But
What's going on here? Keep reading. What happened?
as time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
Lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, see the prod schedule filament for details.
What's in the box? In the box. That's being held up by wires.
Appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Mother... Oh, Parduke! This is exactly the wrong time for this sort of thing. Parduke says, it's like eggnog and morphine. A pineapple, olive, and jalapeno pepper pizza coming over here. Thank you very much. Oh my God. Thank you very much for that. Oh, that's going to be delightful. Here's some kind of machine. Okay. Let's turn on the machine. Yeah, what about the frites? If only I could get some proper frites here.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Do you think I should turn... We're gonna turn it on. I mean, if there's one thing I know about my character is we turn things on. I mean, look at that face. But first, we'll ask him, because of course he's our bro and he sounds fantastic. You think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Does it look like the Borg assimilated a Macintosh? Try the expression on. Turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric
It really does
animal
turn on,
stirring
huh?
from
Well,
its
there's the keyboard.
slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Virescent. Have I ever encountered that word? I mean, I'm going to guess that it means like greenly glowing, like a green iridescence. But I actually don't know. Virescent. Virescent. Greenish. A trembling virescent light. All right. Central machine compartment is wide open. I mean, this is open here, and there's a space there. How's this supposed to work? Okay, let's look inside the compartment.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some
Yeah, the
cables
beehive
have been
without its
left dangling,
brood.
disconnected.
I mean, you didn't have to use those words. You just say it's empty with some disconnected cables.
This is where the memory should go.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one with memory problems, huh? Press play.
Nothing happens.
Press play again.
Nothing happens.
It should really say nothing happens again. That would have been funny.
Nothing happens. Nothing. 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 Nothing happen. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
All right. Yeah, blowing it. It's like a Nintendo cartridge. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Moth bitten. Okay, there's more stuff back there. Okay, hang on. I don't think there's much over here, so let me just do this. Oh no, there's another room and everything. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Map?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red.
Looks like a Hearts of Iron
The mesh
4,
is
like,
over the
battle
stone
plane.
like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It
I'm
looks
sorry.
ghostly and strangely ancient.
The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. This game is wrong.
A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
I swear to God, they were just making video games here.
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
These are words? Hold on, how do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries.
Does it?
Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency.
It is about video games.
This
Or
one can listen in
RPGs.
any station it wants.
Wait, who is the game master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is the fireplace responding to me here? I mean, it's just the narration, sort of. But here it's like, you think so. It's like I'm being talked back to by the fireplace. Just sort of used to like, oh, it's just generically the narrator sort of responding back to me, but the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like.
That's cool. Can we call them in from the frickin' radio car?
All of this is gone, left unrealized.
Yeah, unfinished
There's
games.
no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
Like, here's the thing. Like, right now, a lot of this just feels like world building filler to make the world feel more alive. If this all turns out to be related to some giant master plot, either way is awesome.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
This really is commentary on game development, isn't it? Leans closer, his fingers tracking the maddening rhizome. Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nods at the I kind of wish we had the narration for the other bits, you know? He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean. What else? Squints at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
I feel like I should peek inside the fireplace, but... Is this a calendar? Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Oh. Sup, Kim?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It kind of just does seem like a failed business. They were trying to make a game. It didn't work out. They ran out of money. I mean, I can't see how this is related to the curse. Like exercising the curse. Doesn't seem like a counterintelligence program. It's just a failed business. Question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
I like Kim. I like these little insights that we get on Kim from having the SPD to call. We would have so much less insight on Kim if we didn't have this stat, you know? How are they planning to do it? I've never done this before. I don't know. How were they planning on to do it?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in
It's
the
freaking
world
play by
can
email
participate in the game,
/
as long as they
AI.
have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
The game keeps dropping words on me that I'm not familiar with. Interisolary? Interisolary. I mean, some of these could just be made up. Okay. All I'm getting is references to Disco Elysium, so I'm immediately closing that tab. And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool.
Super cool.
Someone should give them millions of real immediately.
I agree.
This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Lieutenant tilts his head thinking. They were insane if they can do that. This is to play to cheat money out of people. Curse got them. Oh! Do we have any money? The world's cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it! Let's stop being cops and turn into game developers.
it's too late for that, I'm afraid.
A smile breaks out on his face. He says, looking around the derelict room, the pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
All right, well, I got some more XP. I guess that's good. You got anything
Yes.
else to say? No, we're good. Okay, is this a clock? Oh, that is a transition. There's more. Can I transition back? I'm not done with that room. No, I didn't. Sorry, dude, Kim, I love you, but that's not what I meant to click on. I'm not done with this room, man. Or this entire floor. So yeah, there was this. Money! And then there's a side room over here. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. Give me more money. What is this? Production schedule filament memory. Oh! It's memory for the computer! Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. A mean, those are just look like foot skis. I was thinking, oh, it's like an airplane with skis, but no. I wonder if I can put that thing in here. $50! This cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads, production schedule. Note, this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Yeah, okay. Can I put it in here by clicking on this?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Hang on 1 second. Can I bring this music? Oh, this isn't music. This is environmental. Or something. I don't know. Maybe it is the music. Just because the music gets flagged despite being stream safe, so I'm going to make sure it's not too loud, because then it picks up less often. Press play!
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean that glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes?
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
Password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for stress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
The voice in the machine asks again. She sounds cold in the damp air. I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Listen, Logic. I have played computer games before. I know how this works.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
What are you, a machine or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Yvonne, my partner tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid. Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress accident.
Twitch chat keeps, like, halting and going to, like, connecting to chat mode. At least on my screen. Oh, now we're back again. User's not in the S-Door file. This incident will be reported. Exactly.
As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
She's got a point.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
Hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
I don't think they're producing anything anymore, but cool. Hang on. I should level up before we continue. Kind of regret putting the point into shivers, although it might come to pay off. There's still the logic of... Hold on. There's still the logic of putting a second point into shivers, because if I have 4 in here, then the 6 plus 4 means we will auto-pass the medium checks. I do want to go into Inland Empire, but I'm kind of curious to see what comes up over here. I'm not sure that going from a 2 to a 3 did much, but going to a 4 might open up some things. If that's indeed how those passive checks work, you get that number plus a 6, and a lot of the medium checks are difficulty 10. This will give us some more info. Otherwise, drama's under intellect. And then Inland Empire still has huge things. Zero and savoir-faire. Well, I mean, we do have a couple of negatives. On the other hand, if we got it from some sort of item or something, maybe we'd get to a 10 without a need to do this, right? And then it's like, oh, that's sort of a waste kind of thing. Who needs to be perceptive? It's not like I'm some sort of detectivizing kind of person. It seems completely unnecessary. I don't know what you're talking about, Mox. The drama was fun, although we're clearly getting some fun things out of the drama. I don't know. Let's just crank this shit up here. See what else we can get out of this. I mean, this one lets me talk to my Thai. It's kind of amazing. Oh, I can definitely see the value of getting these up to like 4s. Remember what white checks you need, which is a good point. We had a couple that needed suggestion. Is there a quick way for me to check that? There was somewhere. Oh, it was on the map, which I can't access right here. Oh, no, never mind, I can. These I can redo already. So, encyclopedia, electrochemistry, visual calculus, endurance, reaction speed. But I don't know if I'm necessarily interested in boosting these, at least currently right now. The thought cabinet I've poked in here. We've got this Lonesome Way home locked in, which might tell me how to actually get home, which seems good. F it. I'm going to do the shivers, and then I'm going to go back to Inland Empire. Okay. So changes and close. I'm curious what this is. All right.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual. And what's that, this interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
Static drowns her response. You hear someone. Okay, that's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework.
Let's see what happens when I print now.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I'm going to leave the production schedule in there for now, because I'm not done with it. Although, I guess there's no reason not to carry it around. Who knows? Okay, done. All right. Now, before I go through that other doorway... A magazine rack? Or no, it's a shutter.
The safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives.
Seems fine. Knock, knock.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knock harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder.
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now. If this is really an entrance to the chimney, then there must be a furnace somewhere as well. Maybe there's another way to get in.
Can you please try to refrain from attacking random things?
No! I'll equip the crowbar and try again. I need to find the middle entity. This is a chimney. It's not random. This is significant. We want to see what's on the other side. I can try. Blow gently on your bruised knuckles. I like that one.
Thanks. In any case, there's no way we can get in right now. Let's investigate further.
Sounds good, Kim. What is this? Paint cans? Postcard. The Delta 51. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia toned. Is there much sunlight in this building? Okay, sure. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist. Vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. Okay. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Where did the snow come from? There's no snow outside, is there? Also, this would imply someone was here recently and took off their boots. Okay. Maybe it was snowing outside. I mean, I know it was cold. All right, I think we finished this. Let's go down, or let's go through here and see what the deal is. Money and pills. I wonder if I should heal myself. I mean, I only have one more hit point left, and presumably I'll die if anything else gives me damage. I mean, it'd be nice to get like a free heal from an event. Possibly go wrong. What the fudge? Okay. Probably just a statue, but the red glowing eyes are creepy as hell. Is this a bare refrigerator?
You see a terrifying ice bear.
Ice
with a
bear
storage
fridge.
compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
Why though?
The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
I'm totally gonna open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
Dun dun dun.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim. It's just a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
I mean, if this was D&D, you know this thing would come to life and attack us. He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
Look inside the refrigerator.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with
Are they empty?
the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Ooh, I get fridge magnets too. Okay, I don't think I can access the inventory right now. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice.
I don't know, it's kind of cool to me.
What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
Oh yeah, he points at a red snaky cable running from the fridge. Yeah, it's still powered on.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing.
Well, I think we went downstairs. We went through a little door and there's a stair here. We went downstairs, yeah. Okay, we'll follow that in a second, but interact? Handwritten notes on the fridge. Use the interact button in inventory. Okay, handwritten note you found in giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some of the marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio.
No, I don't want to deal with the illiterate ginger kid again. Okay, you had to hide somewhere safe. Okay.
You find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Suliswaf.
So an S and a Sulislav. I wonder who wrote that note. Unless this is just a term, like, take care, buddy.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry? Maybe because in the entity. Maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Okay, well, remind me again what's a filament memory, although we know, but...
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes,
I
right?
super do.
It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Must be Kuno.
Really? You don't have a single guess?
You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would
Weird.
love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed.
It's worth $50! Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the iceberg fridge.
Right, put the note away. Yeah, why is this orange? Oh, maybe I never clicked on it? Handkerchiefs are given to you by Lieutenant Kutsuragi. One corner is adorned with lace and a tiny embroidered portiere. Well, this might be powered up as well. Is this ice cream? Ice cream maker. Defrosted and unplugged. Flashlight casts a strange shadow. There is a hidden doorway here. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we? Look around the secret room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine the light on the hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yep. No, I'm totally gonna do this.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Ah, rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
I'll inspect them.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock.
Yeah, I still don't know where my revolver is, but...
Than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
Thanks, Authority. I wouldn't have figured it out without you. This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Hey, the dialogue didn't match. He said that's a real rare sight. Seems to be no longer functional. But the text is an old Belle Magrave from the Revolution. The lieutenant notes with approval. His eyes are gleaming. What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Does he? Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Okay, lots of weapons here. A broken Belle Magrave from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. This looks like something right out of Fallout. You know, one of the pipe rifles from Fallout 4 especially. That kind of vibe. Worth $11. Alrighty. I mean, this is not even an equipable item. It's just something I'm holding on to. Okay. It's another ice cream maker. Frozen ice cream maker that's still running.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be...
We're never getting out of this building. Turn the crank. Let's not do that. It might shred whatever's inside. Let's try to crack open the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy
If
here.
only I had a pry bar.
If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Thanks,
Equip
tutorial
the pry
agent.
bar by going to the tool.
I got it. It's fine. I was just feeling weird, like, presenting the pry bar all the time.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer.
Pry bar not strong enough? Yeah, I need to run roll a straight 12 to crack this open. Well, before I try this, let's turn the crank. What could possibly go wrong?
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams.
God, the
In
phrasing.
the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Dude, you didn't have to do me like that. What the hell?
The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Am I very strong or is this pry bar really weak?
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Ah, man, this is just like... Oh, I'm sorry, I need an obsidian pickaxe now to be able to mine diamonds or whatever the hell those crafty mining people do. Advance, where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special
That's what you
tool.
say.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough.
Why do I feel I'm doing this in,
Then
like,
we will know what's in
wrong
this
order. Yeah.
mysterious ice cream.
I need an adamantine pry bar.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Well, first of all, if I turn off the ice cream maker, maybe eventually the ice will thaw and I'll be able to crack it open. Right? So that's first.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
It's black. It's not like the red. It's not like it's the red one. Because black, the color of his miserable cosmos. I don't know why I unplugged it. I do think something reason. Where's the answer of because I want to thaw out the ice cream maker? It's black. It's not like it's the red one. I'm going to do the red one next. And you know what? We're going to lift the curse of this place. The reason this place never makes any money is because their electricity bill is too high because they're constantly running that refrigerator. Because it's black. No, you know what? I'm going to say this one because then I'm immediately going to do the red one. It's not like it's the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
I'm going to unplug the giant red cable too.
An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Enough time has gone by.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market.
Through the market.
Past the Boogie Street spearhead.
Okay.
To the other side of the lake.
Sure.
The frozen eye at the center of the district.
Good description.
Then, past the video rental store. on the
Blockbuster still
corner.
exists. It's good to know.
There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees. A small house, no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there.
What?
Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
So I don't have a house? Also, these directions are exactly like the directions my dad tries to give me when I like want to go somewhere. It's like, oh, we're going to go to this place. And it's like, how do we get... Just tell me the address so I can punch into the GPS. And no, he'll start his story. It's like, first of all, you got to get an onion on your belt. And then you got to go here and you'll see this building. It's like, no. We have GPS in our pocket all the time and forever. Just give me an address and I will get there. I don't need to hear. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives 1 psi. Speed as in the candy? So my perception... Look, I love the little x-ray. So is this locked in here? I wonder if I have a maximum number of these slots for these. I mean, I slotted this in because it was like... Oh, maybe I can forget it whenever I want. You don't have a skill points available. Interesting. I'm assuming I had that +1 encyclopedia while this is running, which is now gone. And then here. Okay. And then if we go to here... Perception. Yeah, our cap on perception is now 5. Was 2 because presumably motorics. Okay. And yeah, I think encyclopedia might have been a 6 for a little bit. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Bonuses for items. Huh. What? I don't actually have a house? Money and more nose of it. All right. How's this done?
This orange machine is
All right. Another staircase? Weird. Insane mesh tank top. Insane? Where did you even get that one? No, really. Who put it in that drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. +1 drama. Clinically insane. Wow, the mesh shirt with the tie. So we lose a point of conceptualization, but we regain some suggestion. +1 drama. I mean, come on. You said the check was white again, so I could retry it?
This orange machine is dead still.
Yeah, machine unplugged +2.
Ice cream churner and
Well, I guess I may as well retry it. I might get a double 6.
slowly melting. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar.
So close!
The bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't. You see the pry bar.
Yeah, well, I have no...
Soon turning the crank, it's all gone now.
So close! We got the 11. We needed the 6 or the 12. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Right, but this looks like an electric engine or some sort of motor, I should say, that runs these to go there. I mean, I don't have the option to drag cables into this, but all right. Oh, we can check the fridge again. Oh!
An old call box with East Delta Commerce Center.
Okay. I got a key. No, I got a key. I wonder. Have Ari's coming through here? I don't know. All right, we'll recheck the fridge. Oh, yeah, and there's this area.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty.
Yep, no glowing
Ice
red.
inside the fridge, slowly melting.
That's the furnace, presumably. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Does it? Okay. Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
I'm gonna look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other.
Is this the interpretation of the spirit?
The smoke chamber, upstairs.
Until proven otherwise, we're gonna be skeptical, right? We think this the perfectly reasonable explanation for this so-called spirit and curse. The curse, the reason it went broke, is because they were spending too much on electricity because of the fridge, surely. And the spirit, you're just hearing voices being carried through the pipes from some other place, right?
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm hallucinating, or maybe it's the entity. I hear the murderer of the hangman. No, I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs.
Yeah. Mirror hands of coal. The voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity placed on sensitive. Physical instrument, medium. Yell, hello! Into the furnace! Well, I don't want to, like, alert people. Why do I smear my hands with coal? First of all, the voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
Hello!
You muster all your strength and yell. Your dehydrated, hungover throat can produce little more than a dry croak.
Me after a live stream.
A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continues on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe it's worth actually trying something up there.
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
Smear your hands with coal, because why not?
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
I don't know why we did that, but we did.
You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Hadramat Kazai, smear your cheeks black with coal. Whoa! People get canceled over that shit, Mr. Detective.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I kind of want to be like, oh, nothing. No, I was having a moment. No, sorry, that was stupid. Like, my character has moments, but he hasn't gone off the edge yet. No, nothing. You didn't see nothing.
Yes, it was.
I guess I could do it again. Kick it with your foot. Oh no, I died! Heal yourself now. Okay.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Oh, I can do it again because I kicked the furnace now.
Another pathetic yelp sounds off into the vast darkness of the chimney. You're a little embarrassed you produced it.
Oh, shit. Okay. So I did that staircase. Oh, hang on. Is there another area over here? Oh. What's that? Cellar window. People's feet shuffling on by the street. Oh, there's a little bit of cash on the ground. Okay. I feel like I've poked at everything currently down here in the basement. I don't know, maybe I should put the war paint on and, like, live up to it. Maybe it'll make me stronger. I had an urge. How can I resist this urge? The voices want me to do things. Smear. Smear.
What?
I'm the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmaran warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
Oh, Kim, I love you so much.
No,
Your first death was from the
you're a
furnace?
proud warrior. Keep it.
Kim trusts you. Sure.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring this dark place, and I need the protection my war paint affords. Kim's just gonna think I'm crazy, but okay.
And this protects you.
This is traditional war paint. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guard this place. Confidence is all that matters. It'll give me safe passage.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Stubborn looks away from you in the furnace.
Just pointing out, this is not traditional 70s. No idea where you got it.
All right, we war painted. We can do this again. Let's go, baby. If I failed again, it would be really funny.
A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly
I
cease.
still don't know it's a good idea to announce herself, but sure.
Hello?
Oh, hello. Are you the spirit?
You've awakened the entity.
I summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area and... No. Hello? Are you there? Speak to me.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the 2nd floor. I'll open it.
Okay, well that was easy.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
Did the encyclopedia just, actually us?
After you, officer.
See? See, Kim? Alright, chat was right. We gotta smear shit on our face whenever we get the opportunity. Is there like a lingering stat for that? Like, is it gonna come up somewhere? Can I wipe my face now? I don't know. Alright. Fine. Okay, we're gonna go up this way. He did almost die, that's true. Kim's got a point there. I mean, to be fair, I almost died from kicking it. Hello? Wow, what a cool space! I would super want to live here too. What's in this? Tray is full of dice. Colorful polyhedral dice. Hundreds of them. I'm playing D&D. The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. It's fantastic.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Novelty dice maker. A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair. Wait, where's the emerald light coming from? That's awesome.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
I knocked so hard I broke my hand. My milieus? Just think her middles? No, this must be something else.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her.
Oh my god, this was related to the murder all along. First of all, what do you mean by milieus?
Yes, a Milius is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on on the table. She's like lo-fi beats girl or whatever. Also, though, from here, sort of like the girl with the pearl earring, right?
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
This confused me if someone else haven't knocked on your window? Wait, you thought I knocked on the window? Oh, did you try knocking on my window? No, but I did knock on the curtain thing.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Yeah, I do actually. I could use a full set. I would really like the set to have the 2d10s. One of them optionally, but it would probably be better if it had like the decimals on them, like the 10s. Makes it easier to count if you happen to roll a percentile dice. And at least 4d6s. I don't like those sets that only give you like one of each, because a lot of times it comes up that you need more. Sorry, why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need.
I also like
That's
World of
fine,
Darkness, so I need a lot of d10s. And when I play Shadowrun, I need a bucket worth of d6s, please.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure, I like RPGs, and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual.
That's expensive. How much for one made of a human bone? Oh, the door. I think that's probably my pizza. I can hear someone moving around, though.
Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites.
Oh my god, this description!
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
So we got this because we changed our shirt. I want to point out, we were getting a -1 from our previous shirt to suggestion. We were getting +1 to, I think, conceptualization, but our conceptualization's high enough. So we did that, and we got a boost out of drama by putting on that sexy mesh shirt.
No falsehoods are present.
And
She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide.
so
Ask what you need.
we get 2 different successes here to tell us, no matter what, she's going to tell us the truth. 1 second, I'm going to go grab the pizza and have a bite real quick. Then we'll put it aside. We'll game some more. Everyone take this minute. Get up, stretch, hydrate. Got my ghost pizza. So spooky. It's supernatural. You see? Let's have a quick bite. Oh, it's nicely cooked too. The cheese browned. Mmm. And dripping. I'm really hot. Mm. 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 That's good. That was really good. Thank you. It's a pizza Death eats in the best Supernatural scene ever. Death had really good food taste in Supernatural. Mm-hmm. Hey, Paul, thank you very much for the tip. The super thanks. I think that's what it's called on YouTube, right? Do add to your TTRPG backlog the making a Frostpunk. Oh, thank you for playing more Disco Elysium. Thank you very much. I didn't know that. Frostpunk tabletop RPG. Ooh. It would be a fun setting. Okay. Let's make some small talk first, you know? How'd you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
Do you get a lot of customers?
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
I guess not all cobalt is radioactive, right? It's just some of the isotopes. That was my first thing. It was like, cobalt? It would be pretty, though. Nice and blue, right? So, do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
They're great, but man, they will talk your ear off and want to tell you about their character, right? You're sitting there, you're just trying to sell, like, you know, I've been behind so many people in lines at like comic book stores and RPG stores and stuff like that. Person at the counter is just trying to ring up their order, and they got to listen to a 20-minute long story about their time the druid fell down a well looking for a dog or some damn thing like that, you know? And that's if you're lucky, it's only 20 minutes long. Not that I would ever do anything like that myself. Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. Actually, luckily I don't need to, because I've got a friend who makes animated videos of our D&D campaigns. So that's, you know, I don't need to actually say it out loud. All right. Yeah. Now, especially like working with materials, steady pay.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
That's true. People take their hobby seriously.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
Inline Empire has their priorities.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Yeah, Demonac makes the videos, yeah.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday?
No, man, she was busy. Lo-fi beats to make dice to.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the whirling's backyard.
Stops to try to come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids.
Yeah, those kids.
Lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
I love drama!
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you ever took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
Right, if it did happen at night. That's true.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Can't believe you don't have a name other than Novelty Dice Maker. Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
So you don't actually live up here? I guess that's it. I see. Thank you for your answers. Wait. Where's my I want to get a die button?
She nods.
Anything
Oh,
else?
there we go. Good. I would like to order a die from you. I mean, no, I don't have the money to spend on that, but I want to see what happens if I do this. Oh, Neha was her name. Okay, they just didn't replace. Yeah, okay.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
You know the World Untethered setting. I would like a die for that. Do you have any cursed dice? Tell me about your most extraordinary die.
A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm a star myself, a superstar, and superstars don't care about money. No.
All right, maybe some other die.
Normal
then.
die, very regular. I don't actually know what die I want.
How about an amber die?
Amber? Poor man's gold?
Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful, really, and has been treasured since the ancient times. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with
13-sided.
a insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to let go of their past.
Okay, I bet you there's tons of stuff with these dice. Part of me is wondering, like, if I made one of these, especially the amber one, it makes me think of the necklace that the bookseller wears. Maybe I could be like, I solved your problem, here's a talisman to protect you or something like that. But for now, I just need to think about it. I don't have a specific reason to get a die, and I certainly don't know which. Also, I don't have a lot of cash.
Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
I'm looking for something to help with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
She opens the top drawer of her work desk and takes something out. 2 polyhedrons, one red and blue. A cradle in her palm. Sorry, I added some words there. Do I take the red pill?
Police colors.
Because I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
I like her voice. And it's free!
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
Totally overthink it! Oh, it's a red check, cannot be retried. Okay, no, fuck it. I mean, we're gonna try to catch him. Totally overthinking it. I wonder if that's always in there, or is it because we succeeded at logic? Maybe if we hadn't succeeded at logic, then we wouldn't have been overthinking it, and then we wouldn't have this penalty, or, you know, something like that.
You overthink it. Your hands can't agree what to do, and the 2 dice drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken string. The blue one disappears down the pit in the center of the room.
That description is so good.
Ah, down the drain, like your career. I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary.
I'm gonna pick up the red die.
That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay.
Seriously?
The other one was the inverse. They were a set, you see, but now the set is broken.
Can I really not? I really want it! This sounds amazing! Someone probably sells these dice now.
It's a shame. They might have brought you luck. And you definitely need luck in Martinez.
Okay, I'm gonna restart the run.
Is she pitying you? Good God, she's pitying you.
Now, was there anything else?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
This is the chimney. She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here.
What if someone starts up the furnace again?
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney.
I mean, there is an entity.
You should ask her about
Yeah, I'm hoping it's down at the bottom of the furnace, but we'll see.
Creative.
First of all, do you know what happened to their tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
She adjusts the yellow scarf that covers her hair.
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Holy crap! There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
So I assume this prompt, like, enables that. Never let anyone androgynous touch my hair, not even my lip, depending on... Dude, yeah. What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
She tucks a strand of hair under the headscarf. I wonder if that's related or just coincidence. Or she's just thinking about her hair because of the conversation. What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
That isn't what the Kuno need. And who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club. Although teaching him fighting might be dangerous.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
Man, I wish I didn't know. He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
She looks out the window. It's oddly quiet there at the moment.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
I agree. Yeah, judging from the kids I've met so far, it didn't really work, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
Kim, make a note. We've got to go and check on that just in case.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Don't know that for sure.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with it?
So it was a speed bag. Hey-o!
Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed?
This is brain dances all over again.
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool, very cool about the debris, but what's a snuff milieu?
It's a sub-rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
It really is a brain dance! Like from Cyberpunk 2077. And, you know, plenty of other media that exist in, snuff films and things like that. But yeah, sub-rosa means beneath the rose, but it's just sort of Latin for like secrecy, right? Something like that.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
This is my favorite character in the game so far, by the way. Well, sorry, other than Kim, obviously.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Someone here makes stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins?
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists? What in the name of...
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings.
We use insect stuff in a lot of products in our actual life. Like, a lot of candy has shellac applied to it, which comes from insects and things. Yeah, buggy candy. Num 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 num.
And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt.
It's like fur. You know, people stopped wearing fur. I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects, but insects don't have any brains or feelings. They got what they deserve. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea. I mean, not 3. My character. You know what? I'm glad someone took care of the little guys. I like insects.
Really? Anyway.
She looks at the windowsill where a dead fly is lying on its back, legs curled up in a bow tie.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
What? Empathy, are you fucking with me right now? What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you.
Men like that are a curse.
Lieutenant Stern.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
We should take them and pawn them off.
They were just props. Why return them?
I found a strange machine. I found a couple of strange ones.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closed her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedule.
Liberals? They took her gerbs. What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong? They were probably playing EverQuest all day.
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did seem quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
Too real. On multiple levels.
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. And to show up to work on time.
Radio accident is a self-referential humor from developers. It certainly feels that way.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
Well, showing up to work on time is hard. You know what? The project looked great. I totally would have loved to have played it.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There is a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story. What's the deal with frozen bears?
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
What were their other ideas?
What were the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Does this person now work at Frita? She leans back, disapproving.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritta does the same thing.
Look at me, picking up on references in the game. I know a girl just like that. She works at Frita as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
The bear. She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like she's trying to suppress a headache. Didn't work out?
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator.
Totally would have bought ice cream from that all the time.
The fridge didn't work too well either. and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
The market doing its job. Sure, the bear was doing its best. I like that. The bear was scary. Every time I saw the bear, I felt scared. I killed the bear. I killed the bear.
You did what?
She rolls her swivel chair an inch closer to you, unsure whether she heard you right. I had to kill the bear to become the bear. I murdered it with my own bare hands. I laid it to rest. It's my trophy now. I unplugged the fridge to help Ravishell Ice City cut their losses. I mean, there's nothing in it, so it's fine that it's off, right? You know, I'm gonna say that. I might find out that I've done something terribly wrong, but we're gonna find out.
Ugh, of course they left it plugged in. Even in death, the bear is costing them money. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Sounds cool.
It does sound cool. What's a vision beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. Grab your necktie and mumble. Not now, you beast. Settle down. Settle down.
What?
Do you ever feel your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you?
No, officer. I don't have a vision beast. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermist do.
What about horrific neckties? Normal people? Of course they don't. I'm a normal person and I don't have a vision beast.
Right.
Says the dice maker. She doesn't look entirely convinced.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly.
Outside it's light.
Shivers!
Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
This is what I wanted. I wanted to bring our shivers total up to 4/10 so we would get these. Light scatters from low-hanging cloud covers. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else?
Oh, yeah.
The failed business, perhaps?
Were those your boots?
I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working. I don't know if I ever poked at the intercom, but sure.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
You're telling me you have a doorbell there? Which one?
The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
We might be able to ring her up again. I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
I have more questions about the intercom? I don't think I do, actually.
Pretty
No, I don't.
sure. I'm
I have
good.
other questions? Oh my, there's so much text in this conversation. We're not even finished this building. It's not that we're not leaving this building this stream. It's we're not even close to finishing this building. Well, we might be close-ish. I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the Doom commercial area?
I've heard the stories.
She
But
nodded.
I don't think those stories are true.
How do you explain what happened to all those companies then? Well, they were all incompetent is what it sounded like.
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
Survivorship bias, all those things. Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
By a woman, she has trinkets to protect her. The bookstore isn't going that well. Hardly any customers. Exploit her own daughter. Don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet, so I'm investigating. Maybe she's... You know, the bookstore isn't doing well. Hardly any customers. She has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on, the whirling is part of the Doom commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Central project.
I mean, it's true. The waitress just took off, and some customers, no one I know personally, but some customers are having trouble paying their bills.
And then there is me.
sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Honestly, that's super impressive.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
It's because you're competent and dedicated to craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. The curse will get to you, no doubt about it. But the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in the so-called curse. Or Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity. No, I mean, I don't even want to put that. I mean, it's true. Plaisance, her thinking of the curse is just what she's hearing you, but I'm going to say there are many inconsistencies.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it still might be you causing this. Starting to see there's no curse, only business decisions and astronomical fluctuations. Honestly, I'm not sure. Now, here's the thing. At this point, we do not believe that any of this stuff is real at all. And it might not be in the game. This whole game there might not be a single paranormal thing that actually happens in the game. Other than we're crazy and we think that our tie is talking to us. Or it might all be happening. But for now, except for that, no, we're just imagining it. Next tie is not actually talking to us. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm starting to see there's no curse. No.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
Ooh! Okay, Shivers, legendary, 14. Why hasn't her business failed? Hang on, maybe it turns out she's actually protected by all the gems and shit. That would be crazy.
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney.
I'm super good at this game.
On the shelves, rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Maybe it's because she's getting fresh air and no one else is. This is still just a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed. I've got a theory. It could be bunnies.
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
Above the building.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
Did I know this? It used to be a coal plant. Did I know this? Hey, bunnies aren't cute like everybody supposes. Thanks, Randu. You're in a chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense.
A lot of what I say doesn't make any sense. She looks around the makeshift nest that she has carved out for herself, bewildered.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
I have my own methods, unusual method, different address in the heart of the city. Just using logic. It's windy in here. You probably haven't properly sealed the chimney crown. That's all. There's nothing magical or mystical going on at all.
You're right. I should take a trip to the roof once the snow is gone. Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
I do like Inland Empire, though. I mean, if I have these stats, I mean, I know it, or it's just the weird voice in my head, you know? Actually, it's only a workshop that's protected. You still do something to defend your person. No one's really ever safe from failure. I mean, that is true. I'm going to keep going that for now, our character is still skeptical. So no one's ever safe from failure. Sometimes he'll put on the show, but he's not a true believer at this time. No one's ever really safe from failure.
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
What?
Do you know what this is?
She raises her hand to reveal a piece of metal shining on her index finger. A lucky charm? A Seminese ward?
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Okay, Mr. Warpaint.
So I inherited from my
It's true.
parents.
We're inconsistent, but he just has these moments where he breaks down. But then afterwards, he's like, sorry, that was just a crazy moment. I don't actually believe that. Just every now and again, something takes over me. You know, his brain is broken. You've played this 5 times, you've never seen this. That's what I keep hearing from this. There's so much variation.
I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
Why are you telling me this?
It wasn't just the jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Honestly, don't call it a dump. You've made it nice and cozy here. It's super cozy. I would live here. That's great.
Yeah.
It's very,
The
hygge.
entire world
Hygge?
is cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it.
Honestly, I buy the idea that the entire world is cursed rather than a single building.
That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls.
Sometimes I get very mad at my dice.
It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world.
I think that comment is really effing meta. Is it just in this game, and I don't think I actually want you to answer this. I mean, people are saying they're seeing things or not seeing things. And I thought, well, I mean, it's all there, but people are only seeing things, you know, based on their stats, their rolls, and whatever. Is the world actually changing based on our die rolls and decisions? Such that, and I swear to God, do not answer these questions, such that if I lean into the paranormal shit is actually going to be true. Huh.
But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
I got a new thought. The precarious world. Temporal research bonus. All red checks fail. I'm sorry, for the next 4 hours, I'm going to fail all red checks. Seems like the point of this game is victory, the absence of defeat on all fronts. Victory in business ventures and creative undertakings. Victory in love and over other people. Political victory. Ideological victory. Hell, even sexual victory. Definitely a lot of object-based victories, too. Having things and not losing them. One problem, though. Not a lot of victors in sight. Everyone's mostly losing. Why is that? And how do you not lose? Okay, I was going to say, I hope I can't see... What the fudge? I'm going to internalize this. I'm totally going to internalize this. So maybe it's a good time. I don't have on the if I hit escape on the loading screen, I think it says something like you can pass time. I mean, in addition to the conversations, you can pass time by reading books. I don't think I have any books to pass time on, although I have enough money now. I could go and buy a book and then read it and just let 4 hours go by. I'm going to internalize. Well, you know, let me wait a sec until I've got the book. Let me wait. I think that's it, because building questions were done. Okay. I think we're going down and talk to Plaisance now. Thanks, autosave. Oh, actually, and we're going to want to go back down to the basement and see if I can find the other die. Or, yeah, we could just accept that the reds fail. That's true.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the
Look inside the furnace.
And
What are you doing?
Okay, no, these are the same. I hear the murder of the hangman
Wait,
tuck.
really?
No, not really.
Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs.
So, no, the other die is lost. 20-sided die is made of bloodstone and inlaid with lapis lazuli. Its colors resemble police sirens. Its blue partner is missing. Kind of looks like the fire department arriving on the scene. Got fucked. Shit fingers. Wait, what? Why are we certainly cursing in here? Note, look at the map tab on your journal to see which white checks have opened. Huh? Did it change which white checks have opened? I don't know. Can you do the thing that makes you crawl in here? Well, it was look inside. Oh, was it the smear with coal? Hang on.
Wait, really?
A lush you feel the spirit of Ramut Kara 3 days.
What? Please, what?
No.
Thank you. So, where were we?
I don't think there's a more of a crawl in here for the die.
A thick layer of cold dust.
Looks like it. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only...
Kick it again, someone says.
Hollow ring echoes.
Oh, well. I don't know. Like, she lives in the chimney, but some pipes. And she did say something about down the drain. I don't know. I think we got to go around this way. I mean, I guess I could have gone outside and then come back in, but we'll just do this. Hey, can I do this again? Still lit. I guess lots of things stay lit.
The barbell waits.
Yeah, no, okay. Could have died from foot kicking. I'm running out of healing things. Ooh. Merely looking at the unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. What? No way. I'm more secure than that. Actually, I'm not sure that this guy is. Okay, so we solved your mystery.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus?
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
Maybe I should just be really influenced by these thoughts. Is a carnal house of failed business enterprise leeching life energy from the bookstore. I mean, it kind of was a carnal house of failed business enterprises. Fuck it!
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
Let the intrusive thoughts win. Maybe that should be our motto. Maybe, you know what? I'm fighting these things, being too reasonable. You know, we've got the stats, which is leading to these things proc, which is going to lead to a completely different gameplay from if we had different stuff. So I'm not always going to follow it. But you know what? I think I should let the intrusive thoughts win more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Drama, the worm tongue, yeah.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive?
I
No.
talked to the entity.
Okay, to the entity?
Her name is Niha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out.
Let Twitch chat in. That's basically what you guys are. You guys are the drama. You guys are, yeah.
Sheep.
Some kind of sorcery. Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you. No, ma'am, I felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for the curse. She may be involved. I don't have a way to question. No. This is, she's not a sorceress. She makes dice. She's really nice.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Complete business incompetence.
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down.
Yes, logic, yes.
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Okay, now we have lots of intrusive
You know
thoughts.
how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Now I have lots of intrusive thoughts to choose from. System of curse because of too many inconsistencies, just capitalism, bankruptcy is quirk of things, lie, the source taxidermist shop became involved, art darkened taxidermy brought the void. Also, don't have any answers yet. Oh yeah, there's still the strange computer thingy. There's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps my travel I will cross paths with it. I mean, there might be. But she says it's just capitalism.
A third order.
I misclicked.
Yes.
But apparently that's what we're going with. I had a finger spasm and clicked, there's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings of Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it. Honestly, let's keep her with her stupid ass beliefs. Who cares? It's not our job to, like, disenfranchise her or whatever. Yeah, the intrusive thoughts picked it. It was fate. Exactly. Third order presence. Yes, she lets go of the pendant.
Great dark relief washes over her.
She likes that it's an explanation. It's not just shitty business people are going to lose.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark.
Can I get a
to dwell
discount?
for too long, and definitely not in the presence of my daughter. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels,
70 XP!
may the Lord be with you.
One with an X-shaped cross on her chest? X-shaped?
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yes, the venture continues. In other waters, darker waters.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna buy. Oh, what's this? Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. I'm sorry, what?
Shelves full of biographies of.
Greatest Innocence. That was good.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range.
It's related to an older one you missed. Description earlier missed. Okay. I kind of wanted this one. One of the voices in my head was saying that this one's going to be good.
Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you.
Does.
Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
I hope so too. Okay. Okay, Inland Empire, let's go. Even though it's not one of the ones to let me retry the check. Okay, so I can interact with this presumably whenever I want. Green book giving off peculiar foreboding impression, although it's hard to figure out why. It describes various ways of healing debilitating ailments through use of pale, some of which sounds implausible at best. So I'm going to activate the precarious world. Now, how does book reading work?
Medicinal purposes of the Pale. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols.
Open the book.
Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the Pale. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book.
What's a pharmacopoeia?
You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called...
I know we have to pay for our hotel room, but...
based on the results of clinical trials.
We're going to sleep in the car.
Readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors. It's all quackery, in other words. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the Pale, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies.
Is there anything in there about restoring lost memories?
There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition.
Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover?
There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here.
Let's see what you got.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
I do love ginger.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Hair of the dog.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus, though, in your experience, it's only done the opposite. Would you like to try again?
Yeah?
Very well. First, Choose a base ingredient.
What if I go ginger root,
You need-
whiskey, and this time ginseng?
You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey.
No,
which
that's the
you'd
same.
Like to very well.
Mint
You'll need to combine
Tea,
lastly.
which
Is
I
there
love mint
anything
tea.
else you'd like to add?
with some pomegranate seeds.
You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey.
No, I didn't.
and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia,
No!
it should increase your energy and focus, though, in your experience, it's only done the opposite.
No, I did mint and tea and pomegranate.
Would you like to try again?
This book is bugged. Reboot the book. Yeah, let's close the book and reopen it.
You close the book and find yourself staring at the familiar cover once more.
Okay, let's try to concoct this again. Time is really flying.
Choose a base ingredient.
Okay, mint,
next.
tea,
Lastly,
sugar.
You've created a delicious tincture.
Okay.
Would you like? You
Close.
close
Let's put it away completely. Come back in, interact once
medicinal
more.
purposes of very well. Next, lastly, you've created a delicious. Would you like to try again?
You need to download the day zero patch for that book. Is there really a patch for the book? But there's a bunch of, like this. The game has had a million updates.
You close the book and find yourself
Open the
flipping
book.
through the
What else?
book.
Just want some general health
Have you
advice.
taken
I need an
any
extra hit point.
through the Pal recently.
No, I don't even know what this PAL thing is. How would I walk through it?
The book is frustratingly vague.
Time is really going by
It
fast.
seems that if you've walked through the Pal, you would know it.
All right. Well, I think it's time for us to put a cut in here again today.
Hey, Quill.
It's it's coming in on 7 p.m. over here. It's definitely more than quitting time. Maybe we should make our way back to the hotel. I don't have enough money to pay for a room, but we'll see. Oh yeah, I have the ledger. That's true, because there's I've interacted with the map. I guess I never interacted with this note. No, I interacted with this note. Yeah.
The note is written with
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're gonna. Sad you meant to stop the stream for a second. We're gonna stop the stream now. We are. It's 4:15. We went over a little longer than we would normally do. Our next live stream is on Wednesday, and we are going to be playing more of this. We're gonna keep playing this Wednesday, Saturday, all these things. Oh yeah, almost 8 p.m. now. Yeah. I obviously loving the game. I might be leaning more into this, especially since I invested a little more into Inline Empire. It's clearly tickling at my brain, and I think I should let those intrusive thoughts from these things in a little bit more. Maybe we'll invest in a few other things that are kind of entertaining as well. I mean, Authority we can't kind of maybe ignoring, but some of these others are quite good. Yeah. So we're gonna go and raid A Kiss for Luck. There is some Stationeers being played over there by I think Rhino, and we're gonna see you on Wednesday for some more. Disco Elysium. Well, I'll have to drop a link to the A Kiss for Luck stream in YouTube because I can't do a raid there. There you go. If you want to head over some more content, head over there. Otherwise, I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye, everyone. I'm going to go have some pizza.